Good morning, students. Welcome back to the next session of UNIX programming. So, in the last class, we have seen about the grep family, the versions, different versions, variants of grep, and also seen some filter commands. And among those filter commands, we have discussed about two commands. Those are head and tail commands, and the remaining commands we will discuss today. Those are sort, cut, paste, t command and tr command. These are the remaining filter commands we need to discuss today. And also we will go with some editors, and also we'll look how the editors can be used to modify a given file. We will also see in this session, right? So let us continue with our filter commands. So head and tail we have discussed yesterday. So now let us see what is sort command. So sort, as you all aware of that, sorting is nothing but arranging something in some order, like ascending order or descending order. So sort command here also in Unix, sort command will arrange the given file in some order, that is in ascending or descending order. So generally what happens with sort command is it reorders the lines in ASCII collating sequence. That means as we know that every alphabet or every numeric in which are found in the keyboard have an ASCII code. So depending upon those codes, these things will be reordered, like white spaces first will be displayed, then the numbers will be displayed, then the uppercase letters, and finally the lowercase letters. So in this order everything will be sorted. So whenever you want to use sort command with any file name, the syntax is very simple syntax. Simply you need to write sort followed with the file name. So whatever the file contains, those contents will be sorted. For example, I have taken here a department file. Say for example, in that department we have several departments we have stored in that. So once you use sort command with that file name, that is the department here, that happens is all the contents of the file will be sorted. Like I said earlier, if there are white spaces or any empty spaces are there, they will be displayed first, followed by the numbers, and then followed by the uppercase letters, then followed by the lowercase letters. So here I have taken an example which contains only lowercase letters, and even though they are all lowercase letters, they will be sorted in alphabetical order, like first C. So see here, there are several department names are available. So among this, C is because C comes first in alphabetics. So first, all the departments which starts with C are displayed. Those are civil and CSE. And after C also civil also, after C the next letter is I, and CSE the next letter is S. So because I comes before S, so civil will be displayed first, then followed by CSE, and so on. All will be arranged in a alphabetical order. So like you will find in dictionary something, it will be displayed like that. So if there are numbers, then the first numbers will be displayed, then if any content is in uppercase letters, then it will be displayed first, then followed by the lowercase letters. That will be happens with the sorting command. It is very simple to use. Then cut command. This cut command is very important command. It's a little bit not complicated, but a little bit you need to pay attention to understand this, right? So cut command is simple. So if you have any table, for example, if you have a table like content, like if you are storing some data about the students or some faculty names or their marks and everything like that in a table, and if you want to cut, that means you want to separate some columns from the table. So this cut command is always used to separate columns from the tables. So columns, vertical direction will be there, so that will be you can separate by using this cut command. So you will use this cut command with some options like -c option and hyphen option. So how they will use, we will see in the next slide. So see, here I have taken one example, a student list, a file name known as a student list. In this I have taken some content like 4mh 10 is something 111. These are all, say for example, this is data of a students of a class, right? So whenever you use this cut command like this, so here I have used cut -c. -c stands for column, so we are specifying that we need to cut columns. Then space 5 to 6. Here see, 5 to 6 means 5 is nothing but the position of the row position, row position, fifth position. So in the first row, fifth position, second row, fifth position, third row, fifth position, fourth row, fifth position. Then hyphen symbol means 5 to 6. So if you observe clearly, here I have taken 4 first, then followed by there are some spaces available. So because we have taken white color here, it is not I am not able to show you that spaces. But see, remember that after 4 there are uh, two spaces available. So 4 is the first character, then first space is the second character, and the third character is again a space, then fourth character is a vertical symbol. This is the fourth character in the first row. Then we are specifying to cut to 5 to 6. So what is 5? Nothing but M. What is 6? Nothing but H. So MH will be displayed. Then after that, what I have written here, 5 6 comma 10 11. So after separating 5 6 columns from this table, it moves to 10th position. So what is the 10th position? So see, because H is 6th position, this is 6th position, then there is a two spaces again. So 7 8 are spaces, 9 is again a vertical bar. So what is 10? That is nothing but 1. So 1 is displayed. Then what is 11? Nothing but 0. So 0 is displayed. Similarly, now all the rows in the given file, all the rows, 5th position, 6th position, and 10th position, 11th position will be displayed. Like, so in the second row also there is 5th 6th positions are MH, then 10th 11th positions are 1 1. So it is displayed. Similarly, the third row and the fourth row. So in this way you can separate any column from the given table. So remember that here what we need to remember is the spaces are the default delimiters. Delimiter is nothing but a item which separates columns in the table. So if there are several columns in a table, every column is separated by a space. That is nothing but a delimiter, right? So here the default delimiter is a space, right? And also you can like use like cut command like this also. So this means cut minus C minus 3, I have specified minus 3, then comma 5 to 6 comma 15 hyphen. Here you need to, what you need to remember is, if you are using hyphen symbol without anything before that hyphen symbol means from starting, that means from starting. So hyphen 3 is nothing but 1 2 3. Okay, that means from first position to third position we need to separate, then followed by fifth position to sixth position we need to separate, and then finally I have written 15 hyphen. So as I said earlier, if after hyphen also if you are not specifying anything means till last position. So if the row contains say 20 positions, so the 15th to 20th position will be displayed on the screen, I mean separated from the cut command. So I think you got the point. See, so first minus 3 means, so minus nothing but hyphen 3 means if you are not specifying anything before hyphen symbol, that means from starting. Okay, similarly if you are specifying nothing after the hyphen means till the end. That is the thing you need to remember. So here what happens, 1 2 3 characters of every line, then 5 to 6 characters of every line, and followed by 15 to the last character of every line will be displayed on the screen. So that you need to understand. So in this way you can use cut command, which is, remember, it is purely used to separate columns from a given table. That you need to understand. Then the next command is paste command. It is a very simple command. So this paste command generally used to combine two files, simple as that. So it is used to combine two files. So that syntax for paste command is paste file 1 comma file 2. So here see the example. Here the file 1, I have created a file with the name CSE1, and that file contains some content like this is CSE1. Similarly I have created another file CSE2, and that file contains this is CSE2. So whenever you use paste command with two files, so here I have used paste CSE1 and CSE2, what it means, so those two contents will be combined, merged, so into a single line. So whatever the contents in the file 1 will be displayed first, followed by the contents of the file too. But remember, these two will be merged into a single line, not in a separate lines. They will be merged into a single line. That is the thing you need to remember, right? Then tr command. So tr stands for translate command. So as in ms word we have one option to convert the given lowercase to uppercase. Similarly, uppercase to lowercase we can convert by using a simple clicking option. Here also in unix there is a command known as tr, that is nothing but a translate command. It can be used to convert any given lowercase to uppercase or any uppercase to lowercase. So the syntax is very simple: translate set1 set2. So here see is translate a to z. That means whatever the letters you find in the file, that means from a to z, so all the alphabets which are small case letters should be converted to what? Capital A to Z. So here you need to remember two things: there should be a space between these two sets and they should be enclosed between single quotes. That is the important thing we need to remember. So after that there is a less than symbol also I have used. That is, we are feeding the input from which file? Department file. So what we need to do is we need to convert all the lowercase letters to uppercase letters in the department file. Suppose say for the department file, say all these departments are previously in lowercase letters, now those are converted into uppercase. Similarly, whatever you give, that means from a to z, or you can also give a to c to a to z, a to capital A to c. So then also it will converts the smaller a b c letters to capital A b c letters. That you can use with this tr command. It's also very simple. Then t command. So t command is, because it is named as t command, because it works something like a t. So this is nothing but the input. So it will takes input from one thing and it will gives output to two places. That's why it is called a t command. So t command is nothing but it works something like a t. So it takes input from one thing and it gives output to two things, right? So for example, here you will get a better understanding after seeing this example. As we know that when we use date command, what happens? The date and time of the system, that current date and time of the system will be displayed. So here what I have done is I have used t command. So see, date followed by, this is the symbol known as piping symbol. Vertical line is nothing but a piping symbol in unix. So date I have written, after that what I have written? T, piping symbol t. This is the syntax you need to follow. Then followed by a file name. Say for example I am using here f1, or in the example I have used date. So date is nothing but the file name here, not normal date. Okay, so what happens here is, because date command, whenever you type date command, it gives current date and time. What I have told you earlier, the t command will displays, it will takes the input from the date command, it displays the output on the screen. At the same time it also saves the output into a file. So what happens here? The date command will be displayed on the screen. The output of the date command will be displayed on the screen. That is nothing but Monday, September 24 something. And at the same time, that same output will be stored in a file f1, or in this case it is date. Okay. Now if you want to check after the execution of this command, if you simply type cat date, you will find the same output here also. Got the point? Got it? See, so the t command is used to display output or store the output in a file, at the same time also use it to display on the screen. So normally without using t command, what happens? You will only able to display the output on the screen only. You cannot store the output in a file, normal thing, in general. But whenever you use a t command, what you can do is you can display the output, at the same time the output can be stored in a file also. The syntax is nothing but the command which you want to execute, followed by vertical bar, then t, that is teet, followed by file name. In which file you want to store the output, you need to specify that file name. In this way you can use t command, right? Then I'm coming to stream editor. So this is a very important concept in Unix stream editor. So this is the editor, as you are all aware of that. We have till now we are using Microsoft systems, and we are using some different types of editors, like a Notepad is an editor, MS Word is an editor, Excel is an editor. Those are all editors. Editor means whatever the things you can, I mean the data which you can enter into the file, or you can modify it, you can delete it, you can insert it, or you can substitute it. Whatever the things you want to do, you can do with those editors. Similarly, SED also an editor in Unix. This is called stream editor. The stream editor, SED. SE stands for, S stands for stream, and ED stands for editor, stream editor. It is also used to like searching, finding and replacing, insertion, deletion, substitution. Those are all the things you can do to the contents of any file with the use of this SED command. So like as I specified in this slide, it can, what it can do, lots of functions, like searching, finding and replacing, insertion, deletion, substitution, something they can do. And also one important thing is it also uses regular expressions. So as I said, it is mostly commonly used to search or replacing anything on a file. So what you can do is you can directly search some item and you can replace that item with any other. So for searching purpose, you need to use some regular expressions. So as I told in the last class, regular expression is nothing but the combination of several things, and those things are used to search any item in the given file. So it allows us to use these regular expressions also, this SED command, SED editor. And I will take one example, and then we will use those SED to do different things. So here, take one example. I have created a file with the name CSE with the help of cat command. So cat greater than CSE, and I have stored some information in this file. That is, Unix is great OS, Unix is open source, Unix is free OS, learn operating system, Unix, Linux, which one you choose. Unix is easy to learn, Unix is multi-user OS, learn Unix, Unix is a powerful. So this is the content I have stored in this CSE file. Remember this content, because on this content only we are going to perform several operations by using this SED, so streaming editor. Okay. Okay, then we will see the first example. So what is the use of SED? The first use is replace or substituting a string. So what you can do is you can substitute a string, replace a string. So if you are using, if you have created one file and unwantedly you want to change something, or wantedly you want to change something in the file, that means you want to replace something by another. So that we can do with this SED. So here what I am doing is I want to change Unix into Linux. So what I want to do, what are the content I have created to the file CSE, in that content I want to change Unix into Linux. So whenever you want to try this SED, you need to follow the syntax, that is SED followed by, you can just observe this syntax, SED followed by single quotes starting, then S /Unix /Linux then single quote close followed by the file name. So this is the syntax you need to follow. Now here the S represents substitution. So S stands for substitution. What you need to substitute? Unix. You need to substitute Unix with what it has to be substituted? Linux. So first string is nothing but the thing which you want to substitute, and the second pattern or the second string is nothing but the thing which you are going to substitute. Okay. Then the last one is the file name you have to give. So this is the syntax you need to follow. Then see what will be the output. If you keenly observe the output, see the what is the content of CSE? Unix is great OS. So Unix must be replaced by, see the first line. What is the first line? Unix is great OS, Unix is open source, Unix is free OS. So what we have to do? We have to replace Unix with Linux, right? So what is the output? See here. So Linux is great OS, Unix is open source, Unix is free OS. You observe here the important thing, it replaced only the first Unix. It doesn't replace the second and third Unix in the first line. So because this is the default option, so whenever you use SED with default option, only the first occurrence of the string will be replaced. The remaining, the second occurrence, third occurrence, so on, nth occurrence will not be replaced. Only the first occurrence of every line will be replaced by the given substitution, right? So because only the here in the first line we have three times, Unix is given three times, but because we are using the default CD option, the first occurrence, that is the first lines, first Unix only will be substituted by Linux. So Linux is great OS, Unix is open source, Unix is free OS, it will remains the same. Second line, as we have don't have any Unix, so it will not be replaced, so second line will be displayed normally. And the third line, again you see the third line, Unix, Linux, which one you choose, this is the third line. So first occurrence Unix is there, so therefore Unix will be replaced. So Linux, which one you choose. Similarly, the fourth line. So remember, whenever you are using SED without any option, so therefore it will replaces or substitutes the given string for only the first occurrence. If the same string is available in the available multiple times, but it won't substitute, only the first occurrence will be substituted. That is the important thing we need to remember. And now replacing the nth occurrence of the parallel line, because as I said, we cannot replace the first the second and third occurrences, only we can use the first occurrence by default. So we need to specify some other syntax so that you can also be able to substitute the nth occurrence. That means the second or third or fifth or sixth occurrence you need to substitute, so you can do that also. So for that, syntax is same syntax you need to follow, but after this Linux forward slash, you need to specify the occurrence number. That means now you want to change the second occurrence, not the first occurrence, you want to change the second occurrence. So now what happens, see, so because see in the first line, as I said, Unix comes thrice in the first line, but only the second occurrence, that is here, it replaced by Linux. The first occurrence and the third occurrence are not replaced. Similarly, in every line, what happens if Unix is available two times or three times, only the second time Unix will be replaced by the Linux, right? This is the second method to uh, replace the nth occurrence. And then can we replace all the Unix at once? Yes, we can also do that. So for that, we need to specify G in place of 2. So in the previous example, 2 means 2 will the second occurrence will be replaced. Whenever you use G stands for global. Global means all. So whenever you use G, that means in that file, wherever you find Unix, it will be replaced by Linux. Okay, so see, first line three times, generally we have used three times Unix there in the first line. Now it is replaced by Linux every time. Similarly for the third line and fourth line also, wherever you find Unix, it will be replaced by Linux. So in this example, you won't find any Unix string in the output, because you have replaced all the Unix by using the G option. G is nothing but global, right? Then replacing from nth occurrence to all occurrences, this is another case. So can we replace, for example, say Unix has came thrice in the first line in the given example, can we replace 2 to last? Suppose if in the first line, say Unix has come 5 times, can we replace 3 to 5? Yes, that also we can do. So the for that, again you need to specify the syntax is same syntax you need to follow, but here 3G 3G stands for from third occurrence to all. G is nothing but global. So from 3 to global, that means remaining how many times, irrespective of how many times the Unix exists, all will be replaced by Linux. Got it? So this is the thing CD can do. Okay, for substitution. Okay, I think these are four examples. The first example, simple, you can replace any given string with another string, but without any options, just the first occurrence will be replaced. In the second example, you can replace the nth occurrence, that means any second, third or fourth, you can specify that by using the number of the occurrence. In the third case, all, so by using G you can replace all the occurrences. Then from one position to last position. That means from third occurrence to last, or second occurrence to last, or first occurrence to last. You can do by using this type of syntax. Now, deleting lines from a particular file. SED also used to delete particular line in a file. So we can also use to delete the file. So the simple syntax is SED followed by 5D. So here 5 is nothing but the line number, and D stands for used to delete the line. So 5D means if that CSE file contains fifth line, the line will be deleted permanently. So that line will not be there. If you use, say for example, if you write like SED followed by 1D, then file name CSE, what happens? The first line will be deleted from the given file. That will happen. And simply pattern matching, deleting by using pattern matching. So deleting by using pattern matching means here see SED ABCD CSE. So ABC is nothing but the pattern. So what the SED will do is it will first search for the pattern. So if any line contains this ABC string, then those lines will be deleted. If one line only contains ABC, then that line will be deleted. If three or four lines contains this ABC string, then all the 3-4 lines will be deleted. That is the thing you can perform with the deleting option in SED. Got it? So this is the things about SED. So I request all of you to go through this video once again, maybe one or two times, again and again, so that you will have a better understanding. And definitely you need to practice this, otherwise it will be very difficult to remember and understand. So I hope that all the filter commands and this SED very useful tool in Unix. SED is also understood by you, and we will continue with the remaining things in the next class. So whenever you feel that you are not able to getting the point, you please ping me or comment in the comment box, or WhatsApp me to 8464887777, so that I can explain you further if you want any clarity. Right? Have a good day. Thank you.